Alright, so here today we got a very fun topic that I really wanted to cover. It's been a few days now, and after I've seen a lot of my comments over the past 1 week, 2 weeks, saying the same thing, that this game is going to die the way it's going, the problem with characters and whatnot. I wanted to talk about this, give you my take on everything. I compiled an insane amount of information to get this to you. I also asked my community what they feel about this, so today we're going to cover the community responses, my take on everything, the issues that this game does kind of have, and how we could solve them all very quickly, correct? I will play both sides of this argument where I tell you why it is good, why it is bad. I want to know your opinion down below, hence why this comment section is fully open. Go and let me know. I want to use these responses in the future, again, just to kind of talk about them. So please leave a nice response below. Let me know what you think about this. I want to ask the question being, how many characters should release per season? What should release per season? How should it be handled per season? Let me know in the comments down below. It'll help out a ton. Let's jump into this. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Again, I'm going to be playing both sides, so I'm not biased in any way, just giving you my opinion. Let's hop into it. First things first, let me establish a few points in this entire thing. The question that I asked, I sent out to my community via the community tab just to ask them again their opinion, was this: how many characters should release per season? That is a topic that this community has been talking about an insane amount. When it comes to the Discord, when it comes to other aspects of the game, I have seen an insane amount of people talk about how many characters does this game need, right, per season to survive. Now, first things first, I definitely think that one character every 60 days is going to be a little bit rough for one very big reason. You want to hear why? The hero ticket system, which is not changing, they said, is dog crap, correct? You're going to get a character added every single time to this game per season. Now, a character from that, okay, once one character drops every 60 days, one character on the hero ticket gets, added, yeah? So let's say you want Momo. Maybe Momo gets added in 60 days. Maybe Ibarra gets added in 60 days. Doesn't matter. It's one of them, right? It's a gacha in a gacha. So let's say you wanted Momo. Now, randomly, Vine gets added because she's next, because it's random. Remember that, right? Now she gets added. Boom. Now you have to wait 60 entire days. 60 entire days on top of the 30 days we're already waiting here to get Momo on that banner. No, you know who you wanted? You wanted Endeavor. My bad. I'm stupid. Now 60 more days for Aizawa to get onto the banner, and then 60 more days for Endeavor to get onto the banner. So basically, about 210 days is how long you're waiting to finally get a guaranteed chance at Endeavor. Unless you summon, which, hey, have fun with that. So, that system being absolute balls, what are you going to do? You're going to lose. Now, if you add that in a better way, let's talk about this, right? Now, if we do one character per season, I asked the question, about 9% said, yeah, every 60 days, a character makes sense, correct? I then asked 2 characters, one every 30 days. The community said 81%, yeah, that's the option I'm going for. So, let's talk about the 2 character option. The only real drawback in that is the fact that the devs can't dev. Now, who's the problem with that, correct? It's the devs. If they can't dev a character properly, they release a character to be bugged as hell, that's an issue, correct? Again, the game is making pretty solid money. The game does have a lot of characters kind of worked on. Most of the models come straight out of One Justice, so you have to realize a lot of the work was kind of done, yeah? I would say that a character every 30 days, or every other season, a character releases every 30 days, correct? So let's do it this way. Season 1, you had 2 characters, correct? 3 at the launch, technically, which, again, that's the launch of the game. Do not count that. 1 in the middle half, which was Aizawa. Then you had Season 2, launched with 1 character. For this season, definitely, instead of duos, they could have launched a map. They could have launched more core game modes. They could have also, which this game doesn't have. You have to realize this. When you compare it to other live service games, those games randomly drop in a weapon, right? Because again, it's like, let's say Fortnite, let's say Apex. You randomly get a weapon, or an ability, or something new that gets added, or a full-blown game mode that gets like added into the game, which is huge, correct? We don't really update our floor loot here. What's there to update, right? Unless they add some new ability or something you can pick up. But again, when is that happening? Correct? Season 3 only tells us that it's going to be some sort of new mode, or what is it? New battle settings or like that. So we don't know, correct? So if we have so much stuff that we're not going to get per season, then a character is your content, right? You don't need a map, you need a character. So let's say that if they choose it, let's say season 4, they choose to revamp the entire map. So 1 character, 1 map for a season like that, that's justified. That's correct. I would say no one's going to complain when it's a brand new map and 1 character because they took time to dev that. Now, in another season, let's say this season, correct? You got duos. Is duos really a content? Most people would say no. And you really have 60 days just to enjoy Endeavor, correct? And the gacha skins. Those gacha skins get updated every 4 weeks. The same event is going to rerun every single time. Not a new event. Clearly, we already have all the leaked events for the next like 1 month or 2 months. And they're all the same events. So at the end of the day, simply put, 2 characters is the best idea. The only issue is the problems the characters can bring being unbalanced, right? You saw Aizawa, he was an issue. But again, you also saw Endeavor. More so, Endeavor wasn't as bugged, maybe a clipping issue here and there, which other characters also still encounter. So you have to realize that they cooked up Endeavor perfectly. He really is a solid character, maybe with an issue here and there, but he works. He works and he's fine, correct? Now, I asked again, the same question, and in that question, I asked, is 3 characters an option? 9% said that, but I definitely think that's too much. 3 characters per season is nuts. It is way too much, dude. Because again, when it comes down to it, it's gonna become hell for free-to-plays. Yeah, everyone's gonna be on the character ticket, but you're not gonna catch up. 30 days makes more sense, because again, as characters slowly drop off, every 30 days, it takes about, I think, 3 months to pity. So while you're summoning and when 2 characters constantly being added in, it's gonna be a lot better compared to 3. Fudge no, 3? Hell no. 1, it's rough. I genuinely think that it's rough. Like, if it's a character a season and a new map, a character a season and a big game mode, then it's understandable if they do that to like sandwich it to give time to make 2 characters. That makes the most sense, but for what it is, I genuinely think that the game, because again, they're not updating floor loot, they're not updating core aspects, other live service battle royales update. I do think 2 characters is the sweet spot. Again, for both reasons being helping free-to-plays push the entire aspect of hero tickets, because again, if you're just saving hero souls while you're summoning, that's your pity, not your actual pity. Who's reaching that unless you're saving constantly, correct? Your real pity is pulling hero souls, getting duplicates, and then summoning. That's the real pity. So remember, it's going to help that at the end of the day, instead of making you wait 210 days. 210 days, correct? And I also wanted to go and snipe some of the comments that I did have on my actual post that kind of made a lot of sense here. It would be cool if they guaranteed 1 per season, but then they can also get some random cool character that launches, like launching all the big 3 at one time. It would be epic, 100%. This over here, I feel like it should be, or it would be easy to make a character twice a season, especially since license is so easy to complete. At the same time, though, making new characters / lines, cards, and whatnot does take time, which is very true. That is 100% true. I will say the fact is that yes, the models are made in-game already. Like, they exist. That's one justice that just got transferred over. You have that. The voice lines are already done too. So it's like, can you really not dev up 2 characters? Or you do it this way, again, as I mentioned, 1 character, 1 content, being whatever, then 2 characters, then 1 character, 1 content, then 2 characters, correct? Because if you're considering solo, like let's say season 3 gives us solos, are you really considering that content? Probably not. So that could be a thing, could be a cool thing. I will say that it's season 2, so we don't really know too much about the game, but I definitely do see a lot of players coming to the conclusion that it's dry, right? Like, realize if you're saving for your favorite character and you do 60-day release windows, let's say you like Mirko, you like Nejire, you like characters like Mirio, Tamajiki, random characters like that, right? And they never show up until like 1 year. Are you still playing the game for what? Right? People are going to get very, very mad at those things. So remember, they're all completely right when people argue, like, yeah, I would like more characters because it takes forever to kind of complete the roster, and you're like waiting for that 1 character. You'll be here forever, correct? So realize that now. We also have comments like this. At least 1 character for events like spring, Halloween, and Christmas, 2 or 3. 1 character in the game. 1 character like All Might, gotta level them up to unlock them. Would be a cool thing, right? Add like a 10 mini battle pass in a way, right? Not make you pay for it. Do not do that. But XP unlocks the tiers. Makes you grind like 4 or 5 days for it. Again, nothing insane like grinding for All Might, but just make it a simple thing, grind for it, have fun for it, and boom, you get it, correct? Also gives you content for the season to be grinding towards the character, get the character, enjoy with the character, then get hyped for the next character, which is like 30-ish, 40-ish days out, correct? So, not a bad idea at all. But then again, I also want to make sure this is clear. Again, don't send any hate to this person. Don't be like that. Don't be annoying. Don't do that, all right? But I want to read this. They can barely release 1 character without issue, and y'all want 2 broken characters on launch. On top of the issues y'all want fixed, y'all sending yourselves up for disappointment while reaching in your wallets, begging for more. So the first point I want to tackle in that is reaching into your wallets for more. Remember, in the end, people have to understand this is helping free-to-plays in a way. It's pushing the aspect of making your hero ticket your pity. Like, if it's 2 characters per season, remember that. After 2 seasons, the character you wanted at the start of the season is now on your hero ticket. It's pushing that much better. Again, if it's 1 character, then 2 characters, it's still pushing the hero ticket much better. Now, yes, pitying, pulling, whatnot, it's going to be a little bit more rough. You're going to be saving more in a different dynamic. Pushing pity will be a little bit harder if you like a character at the start of the season and the middle of the season. That is true. But remember, your backup option really is that character ticket, and that's going to be a big thing in allowing it to be updated faster, so it starts trickling on characters faster to it. Again, if you want Eyes Up, if you want Endeavor, if you want the next character, let's say it's Mirko, if you want Mirko, what happens then? They're going to get to that ticket faster. So first, it's going to solve it. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more of a dilemma, but it's solving majority of the issue, giving you a more hard-earned pity, correct? Beyond that, yes, it is true. Them making a character broken, it's a possibility. But again, they're doing a game here where it's a live service game. They have to meet standards as in releasing characters properly, releasing content properly. And again, them deving up a bad character, making him buggy as hell is insane to me. It just, again, I know it's a small dev team in comparison to other live service games that are big. Can't do a comparison, can't do an apples to apples, because again, it's very different. Some games are much bigger dev team. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but I will tell you, this game doesn't update floor loot. So let's throw out the character out the window. How about update floor loot? How about you get like new buffs on the floor, you pick up new things on the floor. There was like a plus chaos coin that got like hinted at. What happens if you do stuff like that? There's a lot of things you could do. Update floor loot, do some mid-season changes. There are a lot of things. Update the map, maybe a POI here and there if they can dev up a whole map in time. There's a lot of things that can kind of fix it, but I still think that, again, they should be releasing 2 characters per season. I think there is definitely more than enough time. If they were to just change it to 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2 and kind of go that way, I also think that that's fine, but I still think that, you know, it never wasn't that broken. Aizawa wasn't, again, he was a little bit iffy, but remember, they released Kirishima, they released Ibarra, they released Momo, and all characters were functioning properly. They all released on the same day and were functioning properly. The characters that were released in the beta were all functioning properly. So it's like, they had time to dev this. They had time with the game. The game was gone for like a whole year. They only cooked up 6 characters that entire year. So I think they can make things work, but again, both sides are correct. If you dev up a bad character, the whole game is just going to get mad at you, and that entire cycle of buff Aizawa will start again. So both sides are correct. Both sides have their right points, but let me know what you think. Comments down below opened up. Let me know, is it 1 character per 60 days the best thing? Is it one character every 30 days? Again, 2 characters per season. Is that the best thing? What do you think? Let me know down below, and that's been it from me.